or afternoon, evening, I don't know, depending where you're watching from, but it's morning for me. This is earlier than usual, but it's the only time I got today. So let me take a minute to get everything posted on the socials, and then I will get going. Got that. Got this. And we got that. This. That. That. And that. Okay. Think I got it going here. All right. Good. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, so I will start with my usual plug at the beginning. As you can see here, I've got some smoke and seagull stickers, different sizes in the different packs. There's a big guy and there's a little guy, slightly littler guy. That's that. Oh, and there's an awesome embroidered patch you can also get. I really like the way these patches turned out. They look cool. The gray's got sort of almost a silvery flair to it. Anyway, there's those smoke and seagull stuff. You can get those in different packs and packages off gricklemart.com. And then, of course, there is, as I will always continue to do, plug my book, which is the third Twisted Graham Annable Doodle Collection book. And it's a collection of selected cartoons that you can find on all my different social media things, but this is in physical form, which, I certainly prefer when I look at cartoons. I love cartoons on the internet, don't get me wrong, but I like the security of knowing that I have a physical book that will outlast the internet. Oh, they're plenty twisted, Bill the Cat. You know this. One thing I actually always forget to mention, too, is that when you order from gricklemart.com, which is the only place you can get this book, because I published it myself, it comes with a bookmark, the Graham Annable Doodle bookmark. And it's a pretty cool little bookmark. But what's even cooler is I have doodled and signed each of them on the back. So, there's that. Okay, that's it. Enough of the shilling. I will stop and I will start drawing. Okay, oh boy, here we go. Thanks. Yeah, I was pleased with the way the bookmarks turned out, and I just feel like that's a good perk, right? I want to add perks where I can. Financially, that makes sense. Excuse me. All right, first one I open to is Racetrack. Racetrack. I'm just going to do that. Racetrack. Here we go. I don't know. I'm going with the first thing that came to mind here. Whew. This is an early morning start. I feel a little rusty already right now drawing, but we'll get into the groove, hopefully. I needed to draw this guy as drinking a soda, but that's the first thing that came to mind when I thought of Racetrack. A guy drinking a soda. I don't think it's a coincidence. I think it's exactly what it is, Bill the Cat. Boy, now I gotta draw race cars. I can't draw race cars. Whoa, these are rough drawings. That's okay. That's okay. Sometimes you just got to start off sketchy. Hello. Wow, we've got all the regulars here this morning. Impressed everyone's up so early. Although again, that's because I'm presuming we're all in the same time zone and we're not. Probably, most likely. In fact, I know we're not for a bunch of us. Like Swarm of Dead Insects, it must be the afternoon where you are. You're in Europe, right? Correct? Not only that, but like Eastern Europe, I believe. Anyway, probably not as early there as it is here. And it's not even that early here. I mean, it's what? It's 8:14 in the morning. That's not really early, depending. That's a relative thing. Yes, this is prime time for you, I would hope. An easy time to settle in and listen to me babble and draw. I think I'm channeling having just recently watched that F1 movie with Brad Pitt here. I'm just trying to get that kind of a vibe going here. All right, I'm just going to add more people and more detailing to the people that are actually watching this. That sounds like a heck of a way to start the day there, Nick Hamblin. But glad you're here. Just add a big sky here. It's a beautiful day for racing, apparently. A bit cloudy, but you know. This is a very loose sketch. You know, Nick Hamlin, it wasn't terrible. You know, I'm not a big racing fan, to be honest, but you know, it's a bit predictable. Not a bit, it's very predictable as a film, I think. I found, but I did enjoy it. There's some fun, like the racing scenes are pretty fun in it, so not the worst, for sure. It is exactly pretty much what you think you're gonna get as far as the story and everything, but it was fine. It was fine. And it does its best to educate, you know, people like me who don't really have much of a sense of all the detailing, the details and nuances that go into a race team and all that stuff. Well, I'm just gonna leave this here. We're gonna move on. I'm gonna throw a little bit of tone in here. Maybe a little color, actually. Be kind of nice to maybe highlight some of the colors of these cars. Bit of an odd drawing, I will say. Just grabbing whatever pencil crayon I can grab. Yeah, I think adding a little color to that helped. Blue in there, eh? And blue. Alright, I'm going to just keep that one nice and loose. That's just to start. Sorry, pardon me while I guzzle some more coffee. Alright, what else do we got here? This one said water slide. Water slide. All right. Working on it, Nick. Working on it. Literally am. Having lots of discussions these days, but we'll see where that goes because I've had discussions before. And, you know, it's always tricky. It's always tricky bringing a group of people together to make something. But I'm hopeful. We'll see. Might be quite a while before there's any sort of an actual information to be given out, but I don't want to mislead anyone either. But yeah, working on it. I think these drawings are going to be all very loose today. And you know what? That's okay. Yeah, I'm locked in. Okay. Working away here. We're getting it. We're getting it. Is this too far up? Maybe I should bring this camera down a little bit. You never know what the optimal. It's a dance of you know, putting the camera in a good spot, obviously for you guys to see, but also for it not being too much in the way when I draw. Okay, got this figured out. Splashy, splashy, water slide. Okay, now I gotta draw the darn slide. Okay, yep, that'll work. Yeah, it is a funny skill to learn, is to film yourself doing things. It's a skill I guess a lot of us on this planet have learned in the last decade or two to some degree, with all our YouTubing and whatever. Okay, yeah, this water slide's turning out okay, I guess. Again, very loose and sloppy drawing this morning, but maybe that's an okay thing. Keep you loose, you know, don't get too tight. Not the worst thing. Not sure about these poles holding up the water slide, but whatever. I see where you're going there, Nick. Mm-hmm. Throw a little bit of tone. I don't know how much color I'm going to use today. Maybe I'll throw a little color. Just hits of color, you know? I'm not going to bother trying to color everything. Just little hits of color. Could make it fun. So why not? Let's see. Yes. And what else here? I don't know why. I feel like this slide has got to be. It's got to be yellow. You know. So let me just find a good yellow here. Oh, there's a couple. That'll work. I mean, the prompt is water slide, so I feel like the water slide itself should probably get highlighted in color. Why not? Emphasize it a little. All right, here we go. Getting it. Yeah, you know, filmmaking is tricky. And, you know, I guess in some ways it's great for people to firsthand realize how tricky it can be to do things in a way that, you know, represents, communicates ideas and information. It's not as easy as we think, and yet we live in an age where it just feels like everybody just grabs their phone and immediately can document anything, and it's not simple to stage something really well. It takes a lot of general forethought and planning and experience to do it good, to do it well. So cool, but always good for everybody to try it, I think. All right, I said I wasn't going to color a whole lot, but here I am coloring a whole lot. Can't help it. Just want to get a little bit more clarity to this thing. Where did that blue go? Oh, there it is. There it is. I think it's important to show a bit of the water that is in here. Getting splashed around. Woo! Okay, water slide. All right. Okay, I'll find a new prompt. More color than I expected to do, but I think it was worth it. Okay. Wow, a lot of pages full. Oh boy, there's nothing on this page. Better do something here. Oh my god. Oh, Aurora Borealis. I don't know if I can. I'm not up for that. That's a lot of shading, and night skies are hard to do when you don't have a big glob of ink. Which you know, I don't know. I'm gonna do bullseye. Yeah, bullseye. We're going to do bullseye. We're just going to mess with that. concept. First thing that came to mind, of course, is a visual pun of some sort, a conflating of ideas. Is that possible? Can you do that? Put it all in your kitchen? I don't know. All right, I don't know if this idea worked. I did this a little sloppy. Anyway, that was my idea. Hardy har har, right? I think that's a fair visual pun. There's been dumber, I'm sure. Let's see. Okay, a little bit of green. And I think I would like an orange color. Yes, orange color. Just to pop these flowers a little bit. That's fine. Okay, you know what? Maybe I will do the Aurora Borealis sky. Just a little bit of time spent drawing that bullseye. I have decided I will try. Because I've also just thought of well, something somebody mentioned, I think, I don't know, somewhere recently, about how maybe the next prompt book I do should just all be Kermits somehow. And I haven't stopped thinking about that idea, how much fun that would be to just put Kermit into everything. Now this is going to get tricky, because again, it's the shading aspect of this, you know, making a convincing night sky. Not easy to do with pencil, I find. I don't know what I'm doing. But you know what? Whatever. We're going to go for it. Here we go. Watch out. The pencil sharpener coming up. Oops. And I forgot to plug it in. 1 second. I got to plug in my pencil sharpener. Et voila. Alright, we're just going to try to figure out a decent way here to get this to work. Let me think. Let's see. Try this. Ha! Kermit through the Grickle verse, yeah? That could be fun. I don't know. I just enjoy drawing Kermit. He's always, you know, grew up with that character on The Muppet Show, and I've always loved Kermit. Well, even on Sesame Street. Kermit just, well, has been proven out to just universally. He's just he's such a good person. Frog. Good guy. You know? You can't not like Kermit. I'd be suspicious of anyone that didn't like Kermit, I suppose. Because he's just trying to do the right thing. Most of the time. All the time, actually. And he's always taken on a lot of responsibility for, you know, the whole group. And again, trying to do the right thing for everybody. I don't know, he was always an impressive character. And he's fun to draw. Good shapes. Right? Yeah, Kermit is the best. This is an interesting one to tackle. I don't mind the way this is looking. Is it perfect? No. But it's there's potential here. It's gonna kind of whittle away at it here. Try to figure this out. Yes, I think Miss Piggy was getting the better end of the deal there in that partnership, to be honest. Although Miss Piggy has her charms as well. Although as a kid, I will admit, I was always sort of annoyed by Miss Piggy. She was a little too rough, but at the same time, she sure stuck up for whatever she believed in, that's for sure. Can't fault her for that. The whole cast of the Muppets is so good. Incredible. What an incredible world Jim Henson created there. It's fun too, just the other day, one of the kids in the village here, well, kids, he's a teenager, but I was so pleased. He was telling me just how much, and I guess I had mentioned in passing, because he's really into film, I mentioned in passing about the Dark Crystal. He'd never heard of it. He's a big Jim Henson fan, never heard of it. And watched it with a buddy, and it is like their favorite film now. And that, man, that made me feel good. I have not watched The Dark Crystal in a long time, but I will always remember seeing it in the theater when I was like 12, 13. And it just blew my mind, because even to this day, there's no film quite like that one. Anyway, Muppets. Gotta love them. Alright, I gotta figure out, this is not quite selling the whole Auroralis Balorala blah blah. Aurora Borealis, whatever. We gotta up our game here a little bit for colors, for how this feels. It's funny, you know, living in Canada, living up north here, I still have yet to witness the Northern Lights. Just haven't quite timed it at the right time or whatever to see it. Seems a bit silly that I haven't done that, witnessed that. Man, you know what I would love if I had white somehow, but I can't. White pencil crown just won't do it. Anyway, that's okay. Make do with what we got here. Oh, that's what's causing Yeah, actually, I remember whiteout. If I had whiteout, that would work. You can just dab little dots, and that makes for perfect stars on a pencil drawing. But I don't have any whiteout. I haven't had it for years. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to make these hills feel like they do at night when they're that impossible sort of deep blacky blue vibe. I just cannot get the sky to feel quite the way I want it to, but whatever. I'm going to keep grinding a pencil into this page until it works the way I like it. I don't know that that's going to actually get me to where I want to go, but whatever. Yeah, not the worst. Okay, I need to get a good green here for Kermit. Good old Kermie. No, I have never intentionally used water to blend. With pencil crayon, yeah. I feel silly that I don't even know this. No, never done that. I mean, I know that you can get watercolor pencil crayons, right? Is that what you're thinking? Or are you saying with regular pencil crayons you can blend? I don't think I've ever attempted that. Pause? I don't know. I'm not discounting it. I just have no experience with it. Okay. That's, I'm going to use pencil sharpener again. Again. This is a very moody Kermit piece. I like it. More than I thought it was gonna. I mean, it's a bit rough looking, but I don't know if I'd call that a hug for the ears. More like a strangling of the ears. Just want to strengthen some of those lines now that they've gotten lost in the pencil crayon. Let's see here. Oh, thanks, swarm of dead insects. I don't know. Is it the right? It's not. It's better. It turned out better than I thought it was going to. I will say that. I don't know that it's exactly. I'm always disappointed with night skies. Yeah, I don't know. Realism. I mean, realism is where everyone defaults to when they don't know what to do, stylistically. I think. Um, and you know, I will admit, my realistic drawings aren't the best, but you learn stuff. You certainly learn stuff drawing from life. I will say that you get all kinds of information from drawing the world around you. Okay, I guess you know I'm stupidly gonna try a white pencil crayon. See if that would. No, it just doesn't read. You really need dots of white. You know, I do have some paint. Do I have? Oh, I do have water. I might try this. I might just try this live painting. Just a little touch. Give me 1 second here. Okay, I'm just gonna try just to see. I just desperately want to add a little bit of white dabs to bring some stars into this. Just remember to have a bit of acrylic paint, so I'm gonna try it. See what happens. Experimenting live, because this is live. So that's the only way I can experiment. Of course, that means, I guess I can't really. Yeah, this will work. Can't really close this page right away. I mean, it's very subtle. But it's there, and I think that's what you need. You need that hint of stars. To make this work, and again, it's really subtle because the pencil crayon, I guess I could have gone a little more dark. Oh, steamed hams in an oven, eh? Yeah, I've heard that too. No. Although steamed ham sounds alright to me right now. Guess I'm hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet. Okay, that's really subtle, but whoops. That's the way that's working. Alright, I'm going to let that dry for a second. I suppose in the meantime, since we're right here, I'll just do the prompt on the other page here. Complete this previously blank section, and it'll now be complete. Because this other prompt is bouquet of roses. I mean, that's simple enough, right? Okay. All right, bouquet of roses. Oh, I just got paint on myself. That's the problem with paint. Ooh, chicken strip sounds lovely. Okay, bouquet of roses. Get closer here. Yeah, I'll say the same, Swarm of Dead Insects. That prompt turned out way better than expected. And that's another one that I've definitely avoided because it just seemed daunting. And now I'm super happy I took it on. I'm so happy I put Kermit in there. I don't know what's going on with this one. What a weird drawing. Okay. I just feel like I want to give him more hair or something. He doesn't seem... There we go. That feels better. It is, isn't it? Totally romantic. One second here. Put this brush away. Okay. We need some red. No, did not draw. I haven't really perfected my Miss Piggy, I will admit. I've drawn her a few times and I've had to look at some pretty solid reference to do it to really make it feel like Miss Piggy. And so I don't really have a good shorthand for her that I feel great about, so I tend to avoid drawing her. Unless she's really specific to a joke or an idea I'm doing. I assumed the how romantic comment though was more pointed towards the bouquet of roses fellow than it was towards Kermit, but I don't know, maybe not. Ah, yes. See? Wow, look at that. That spread's all done. That feels good. I feel really good about that Aurora Borealis one. Okay, I'm going to move on to a different one. I'm going to assume that paint is dried enough, and we're going to flip the pages. Grand Canyon. Let's do that. And again, I think I might insert Kermit. I'm just going to put him in there. I've never been to the Grand Canyon. I've been close to it. Never been. Oh wow, this Kermit's really wonky body. This Kermit's got a bit of a beer belly. Oh, that's nice of you, Mrs. Boothroyd? Boothroyd. This Kermit turned out really strange. Mrs. Booth, got it. Okay. Cool. Cool. Yeah, never been to the Grand Canyon. You know, knowledge of it is somewhat limited. To no one's surprise. Bunch of crevices, right? That's what I'm doing. I do enjoy drawing rocks. The freedom of shape, I guess, and I don't know, something fun about it. Satisfying about it. Again, something I feel like I got a decent shorthand for, so I'm always enthusiastic to draw rocks. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever heard of Cedarburg. Presume that's how you say it in South Africa. Cool. Learn something new every day. I know the feeling though of being on a different planet. Yeah, because I've been out in Arizona in the desert, and that is definitely a different feeling. Joshua Tree in Southern California. That area just feels like completely alien. Yeah, a lot of cool places on this planet. I hope we manage to not blow this thing up and provide the opportunities for all of us to explore all of it, because it's incredible, this planet. And what a waste it would be. Yeah, yeah, I know that feeling. Sorry, pencil sharpener, of course. I should have warned you, but you know, I didn't. Trying to have some more fun with color on this one as well, so we're just getting a base down first. Oh, that's cool, swarmidid insects. Gosh, yeah, I'm not surprised that India would have 100 million hidden treasures. I don't know why I said 100 million. Anyway, a lot of different unbelievable little ecosystems and things. That sounds about right. Alright, I'm just gonna mess with color on this one. See what we come up with here. See if this can be more interesting. Let's see. That sounds very cool. Yellow would be good. Ooh, I like this already. This is feeling pretty fun. Okay, I would like to add some interesting dynamic here. Let's go with a pinkish sky. See how that feels. It's tricky sometimes in this book when you're towards the front or back of it because its pages are on such a slant. It's hard to color nicely on them. Pencil sharpener. Yeah, I totally got the same sense when I drew the awkward Kermit. He just looks like someone asked him to pose and he doesn't really want to be there, but he's obliging because he's Kermit and he's friendly and accommodating. Yep. Let's see, what's it like to add blue as our shadow color? Does that help? Could be a terrible idea, but I don't think so. Yeah, this has turned out okay. I don't know that this really represents the Grand Canyon too great, but it's rocky and it feels deserty. And there's big crevices involved. Oh, I do enjoy the mix of color here. I like it when I actually try to experiment with color, because I don't know what I'm doing ever. Color, and I'm reticent to do much with it, and I'm glad when I take the plunge. Add a little bit of purples. I don't know. Maybe I'm trying for too much here. Yeah, okay. That works. I think I'll leave it at that. Okay, I've got about 3 minutes and then I've done an hour. So, one more quick. That should be a quick one here. Masquerade mask. I guess we'll do that. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, I'm pleased with that blue shading. I may end up doing that again. I always think shading needs to be, you know, black or pencil gray or whatever, but it kind of has a dull effect, whereas the blue kind of brings some life to it. Okay, this is more phallic than I was intending it to be, but whatever. This is what you get. A little more, this feels a little more eyes wide shut or something here. I guess I was sort of, I don't know what I was referencing. Eyes wide shut? Amadeus? Not sure. And I will. You know what? I don't mind this. Okay. Just a quick. Well, you know what? I feel like I need to add a bit of background. Okay. Let's add a little color. And then I think I'll call this a day for the session. Not bad. I'm actually kind of pleased with this weird little sketch. All right. Okay, I believe I will stop there. I've hit just over an hour. So thanks again, everybody, as always, for hanging out. And yeah, hope you enjoyed it. I'll post it on YouTube. It'll be on my channel for a bit. And hopefully I'll be back again next week doing this. And we are nearly done the book. So that's cool. Great. All right. Well, thanks, everyone. And I will hopefully see you next week. Bye.